A very good morning to all of you. So today we are going to start a new chapter, that is equilibrium in physical and chemical processes. Okay. So in the previous chapter we have discussed about the spontaneity of a particular reaction. Okay, whether a particular reaction is feasible or not. We have already studied in thermodynamics, but now we have to cover the limitations of thermodynamics. So the very important or very first limitation of thermodynamics is it will not able to explain the extent of a particular reaction, up to what extent a particular reaction will occur. Okay, so in this particular chapter we will discuss the extent of a particular reaction, whether a particular reaction, up to what point a particular reaction is feasible. Okay, so by with the help of equilibrium. Now what is the concept of equilibrium? What is equilibrium? So in order to understand the concept of equilibrium, we have to use some data or some information from the previous chapter, that is mole concept. So in mole concept we have discussed that only that reactant will decide the amount of the product which is the limiting reagent. Okay, or if we take the moles of the reactant equal to the stoichiometric coefficient given in a chemical reaction, then whole of the reactant will get converted into product. For example, if we have this reaction N2 plus 3H2 gives 2NH3. Okay, so now in this reaction, if I take 1 mole of N2 and 3 mole of H2, then the whole amount of the reactant, the 1 mole of N2 gets reacted with the 3 mole of H2, and we will get 2 moles of NH3. Okay, so in this case, if we are taking the moles of the reactant equal to the stoichiometric coefficient which are given in a particular balanced reaction, okay, then we will uh, get the products only. Okay, so the reaction will go to completion. But sometimes if the moles are not equal, or the moles are not equal to the stoichiometric coefficient in the balanced reaction, sometimes the reaction gets stopped. Okay, or it looks that the reaction is stopped because the concentration of reactant and product become constant. Okay, the reaction is dynamic in nature. ठीक है, reaction तो चल रही है, but it looks that the reaction gets stopped. Actually, in that case, the stage will occur. Okay, there is a stage occur when the concentration of reactant become constant. Similarly, the concentration of product will also become constant. That stage is known as equilibrium stage. Okay, that stage is known as equilibrium stage, where the concentration of reactant and product become equal, constant. Okay, not equal. Sometimes it may also become equal. We will discuss all the cases. So what is equilibrium? Equilibrium is the state of a process. Equilibrium is the state of a process, the state of a process at which the concentration of all the components which are present, of all the components, that is all the components, that is reactants and products, that is reactants comma products, okay, become constant. Actually, not only the concentration, in this case the temperature and pressure will also become constant. Okay, the temperature and pressure are also constant. Okay, so equilibrium is the state of a process at which the concentration of reactant and the concentration of product and the temperature and the pressure all are constant. Okay, so there are three types of cases. Okay, so the first is the reaction goes to completion. Okay, the reaction goes to completion. The first case is case number first. reaction goes to completion. This is the first case. Okay, so in this case, whole of the reactants gets converted into product, or the after the reaction or at equilibrium point. At equilibrium point, the concentration of reactant is very small. Okay, so if we draw a graph between the concentration and the time, for this particular case, it will be at time t is equal to 0. There are all our reactants and the concentration of product is 0. Okay, so the concentration of reactant become less. Okay, and at this point equilibrium is attained. Then after that the reaction, the concentration becomes stable. Okay, so again product की concentration increase हुई, and at this particular stage equilibrium will attain, and this point is known as equilibrium point. Equilibrium point. Okay, so this is the first case in which the reaction goes to completion. Okay, nearly goes to completion before the equilibrium point. Okay, so the second case is case number second. Equilibrium attained quickly, immediately. Okay, if the equilibrium is attained very quickly, then what will happen? A large amount of the rate of the reaction is very fast. Okay, so in this case the concentration of reactant is very large. Okay, तो ये क्या होगा कि reactant will decrease and become constant, and similarly the concentration of product increase and become constant. Okay, so this is the point of equilibrium or the equilibrium point. Now in this case the concentration of product is less than that of reactant. Okay, so this is the case. Now the third case is, ठीक है, तो हम ग्राफिकली सबको समझ रहे हैं. The third case is concentration of reactants and products are same. So there is also a case where the concentration of products and reactant become same, nearly same. Okay, तो क्या होगा? Reactant का concentration decrease किया and it will become constant. Similarly, the concentration of product increase and it will become constant. Now in this is the equilibrium point, and at this point the concentration of reactant as well as the product is constant as well as equal. Okay, so this is the third case. तो ऐसा हो सकता है कि reaction completion तक चली जाए, the concentration of the reactant is very less at equilibrium point. The second is equilibrium attained very immediately, ठीक है, so that the concentration of reactant is still very large. Okay, the third case is at which the at equilibrium point the concentration of reactant and products are comparable. Okay, so they are nearly same. Okay, so these are the three cases. Now what are the examples? Okay, firstly I am taking physical processes. So physical processes or the physical changes, like we have the melting of ice, okay, and the freezing of water, they will also make a equilibrium with each other. Okay, so I am discussing 2 or 3 cases. Okay, the first case is solid liquid equilibrium. Solid liquid equilibrium. Okay, like we have a large ice cubes. Okay, and the temperature is 0 degrees Celsius. So in the starting, these ice cubes starts melting into water. Okay, and there is a stage at which the concentration or the amount of ice become constant. Similarly, the amount of water will also become constant. Now at this stage, the rate of melting of ice become equal to the rate of freezing of water. Rate of freezing of water, and we call this point as equilibrium point. Okay, this is the equilibrium stage जहाँ पे क्या होगा, rate of melting of ice become equal to the rate of freezing of water. तो ये जो point है ये क्या हो जाएगा, आपका equilibrium point हो जाएगा. Similarly, the second example will be like we have solid vapor equilibrium is also there in case of sublimation. ठीक है, sublimation में क्या होगा, if we take iodine, ठीक है, तो iodine में क्या होगा, it will get converted into gas or vapors. तो क्या होगा, the beaker or the container, usually we take RBC, RBF, round bottom flask, in case of sublimation process. So in sublimation, the whole container is closed, so condensation will also takes place. Okay, तो क्या होगा, जितना वेपर है वो वापस कंडेंस हो जाएगा सॉलिड में. So at this, in this case, at equilibrium point, the rate of sublimation become equal to the rate of condensation. Similarly, we have the third example, like we have liquid vapor equilibrium. So in this stage, the rate of evaporation become equal to the rate of condensation at equilibrium point. Okay, so at equilibrium point जो है आपका rate of evaporation condensation की equal तभी होगा if you are taking the beaker as closed. Okay, तो आपको जो है सिस्टम जो है वो क्लोज लेना पड़ेगा, अदरवाइज some of the products will escape out. Okay, so these are the some conditions of equilibrium in order to attain equilibrium. Okay, so let us discuss some more examples. Like we have let us discuss some more examples. Like in physical processes, like we have a solution, like we have two solutions. The addition of sugar into water is also an example of equilibrium. Okay, so if we add sugar, if we keep adding the sugars into water, then a stage will occur at which saturation takes place. Okay, no more solute can be dissolved in a solvent. Okay, तो उस स्टेज को भी हम क्या बोलते हैं, इक्विलिब्रियम स्टेज. ठीक है, रेट ऑफ डिसोल्यूशन बिकम इक्वल टू द रेट ऑफ प्रेसिपिटेशन. ठीक है, तो जो रेट जो है डिसॉल्व होने का, इट विल बिकम इक्वल टू द रेट ऑफ प्रेसिपिटेशन. तो प्रेसिपिटेट वापस जो सॉल्यूशन है वो क्या हो जाता है, it will start again converted into solid form. Okay, तो वो भी एक example है. Okay, so there are some conditions. The first condition is the system should be closed. Okay, तो system जो है वो close होना चाहिए. The second condition is equilibrium is dynamic in nature. The second characteristic is equilibrium is dynamic in nature means the reaction will not stop. Okay, the reaction will not stop. Only the rate become equal. Rate of forward reaction become equal to the rate of backward reaction. The reaction will not stop. Equilibrium is always dynamic in nature. Okay. Okay. So these are the some characteristics. So let us discuss about chemical processes. Okay. So equilibrium in chemical processes. So there are two types of reaction. The first one is reversible reaction, and the second one is non-reversible or irreversible reaction. So we have already discussed about reversible processes and irreversible process. Now we are discussing about irreversible reaction and reversible reaction. So firstly, what is reversible reaction? So the reaction in which not only the reactants converted into products, but products can also be converted into, also able to convert into reactants. Okay, so in these reactions or the reactions, okay, in these reactions not only the reactants gets converted into products but products can also be converted into reactants. Okay, so the reactions in which not only the reactants gets converted into products but products are also can be also converted into reactants. The second is irreversible reactions. So the reactions in which products will not be able to convert it into reactants. Okay, the reaction in which products are not able to convert back into reactants. Okay. Now, what are the examples? So there are many examples which are reversible in nature. There are many reactions. For example, we have the first reaction is CaCO3 solid gets converted into CaO plus CO2. CaO plus CO2 gas. Now we have to take the container as closed, otherwise this CO2 will escape out. Okay, and the equilibrium will not attain. Okay, so reversible reactions are denoted by double arrow. Okay, so they are denoted by double arrow. So now in this case, this reaction is reversible because CaCO3, if we increase the temperature, this will gets converted into CaO, calcium oxide, and CO2, and if we decrease the temperature, this will again solidify into CaCO3. Okay, and at a particular stage, the concentration of reactant and product become equal. This can be measured by measuring the pressure with the help of a manometer. The pressure of this CO2 gas become constant. Okay, so at that stage, equilibrium is attained. Okay, so similarly, we have another example, N2O4 at high temperature gets converted into NO2 gas. Now N2O4 is colorless, but NO2 is brown in color. So at low temperature, at near about 0 degrees Celsius, and thus the reaction mixture is colorless because we only have N2O4. But if we start increasing the temperature, the color starts changing into brown. Okay, NO2 due to the formation of NO2, and at a particular stage, the intensity of color become constant. Okay, at that stage, equilibrium is attained. Okay, so we can easily check whether the equilibrium is attained or not. We can easily check the extent of a reaction. In this way, we can easily check the extent of reaction. If the brown color is not appeared, or if a very light brown color is appeared, then the rate of forward reaction is not high. Okay, the rate of forward reaction is very slow. Okay, so there are some conditions. These are the some characteristics, like we can easily determine the extent of a particular reaction. Now there are some reactions which are irreversible, like we have precipitation reaction. NaCl plus AgNO3 gives AgCl plus NaNO3. A white PPT of AgCl will occur. Okay, will be formed. So white PPTs of AgCl will form, and this reaction is irreversible. Similarly, we have acid-base reactions. Acid-base reactions are also irreversible, near about irreversible. Like we have strong acid-base reaction, HCl plus NaOH, we will get NaCl plus water. Now this reaction is also irreversible. Okay, this reaction is also irreversible. So these are the two types of chemical processes. Okay, and in case of reversible reaction, we will get the equilibrium. Okay, in case of irreversible reaction, equilibrium will not attain. Okay, so in this case, only reversible reaction will give us the equilibrium. Okay, and these are the two main examples. Okay, similarly, Haber process is also an example of reversible process. Like we have N2 plus 3X2 gives 2NH3. Okay, so the system is closed, otherwise these gases will escape out. Okay, so at we have to take the pressure value. Okay, at a particular point the pressure become constant, so at that stage equilibrium is attained. Okay, so this is all about the equilibrium in physical and chemical processes. Okay, so let us discuss some main characteristics of equilibrium. So let us discuss the characteristics of equilibrium. Characteristics of equilibrium. The very first characteristic is at equilibrium, the concentration of reactant and product become constant. This is the first characteristic. The second one is the rate of forward reaction become equal to the rate of backward reaction. Okay, or we can write it as Rf is equal to Rb. Okay, we can also derive the value of equilibrium constant from this equation. Okay, from this rate equation. Now the third characteristic is equilibrium can be attained from either of the direction. So we can attain the equilibrium from any reaction from product side as well as from reactant side. Like we have N2O4 gives NO2 2NO2. तो ऐसे भी N2O4 को हम लें अगर starting में, then we will also get the equilibrium stage. And if we take NO2 first, okay, if initially we have NO2, then we will also get the equilibrium point at same time. Okay, at same time we will get the equilibrium point. So we can easily get the equilibrium point from both the directions. Okay, so the next property is the fourth property. There is no effect of catalyst on equilibrium. Okay, so there is no effect of catalyst or poison, okay, on the equilibrium. Why there is no effect? As we all know that the if we use a catalyst, the rate of the reaction become fast. Okay, actually a catalyst will increase the rate of forward reaction as well as backward reaction. ठीक है, it will not increase the rate of forward reaction only. तो वो forward का और backward का दोनों का rate क्या करता है, equally increase करता है. That is why there is no effect on the equilibrium stage. Okay, like we have N2 plus 3H2 gives NH3. Okay, so in this case iron is the catalyst and molybdenum is the promoter. Okay, so now this iron will increase the rate of forward reaction as well as the backward reaction equally. Okay, it will increase the rate of forward reaction as well as the backward reaction equally. So that is why the equilibrium point or the equilibrium will not change. There is no effect of catalyst. Okay, so these are the some characteristics of equilibrium. Okay, one more characteristic is equilibrium is dynamic in nature. Equilibrium is dynamic in nature. Okay, dynamic means the reaction will not stop. The reaction जो है वो चल रही है, ठीक है. It is like if we have a beaker, okay, in which there is some water, like we have 50 ml water, okay, and there is a hole in this beaker. There is a hole in this beaker. So from where the water is water is coming out, okay. So and we also adding some water into this beaker such that the amount of water in this beaker remain 50 ml. Okay, तो क्या हो रहा है इसमें से, the rate of outcoming of water, ठीक है, and the rate of addition of water, this is the rate of addition of water. Okay, there is some rate, and similarly we have the rate of outcoming or the outing of water, and the rate of outcoming of water and the rate of addition of water is equal, so that that is why the amount of water is 50 ml. ठीक है, अगर हम कह रहे हैं कि इसका अमाउंट जो है वो 50 ml ही है, it means that the rate of outcoming of water is equal to the rate of addition of water. जितना वाटर निकल रहा है उतना ही हम डाल रहे हैं उसमें, ठीक है. So if it is not equal, then the amount of water will be changed. Okay, so this is all about the characteristics of equilibrium. ठीक है, तो इस कंडीशन में भी the process is goes on. Okay, the process जो है वो चल रही है. There is no stop of process. ठीक है, equilibrium is not static in nature, it is dynamic in nature. Okay, so this is all about the concept of equilibrium, the types of equilibrium, like we have in physical processes and chemical processes, and the characteristics of equilibrium. Okay, so in the next class we will discuss a law, that is law of mass action, and the some other characteristics related to equilibrium. So I hope this much is quite enough for this particular lecture, and I hope you found this lecture very helpful. So thank you so much for watching this lecture.